welcome. Today I'm going to go over the update a little bit more formally. So the new update 1.2 is ginormous. It's huge. I've been playing it non-stop for a little bit now because I played for a while on the PvE. The amount of stuff they did in the PvE was insane. We had so much content, but also they had so much bug fixing going on. The team worked insanely hard. It was really, really cool. But now it's finally out fully, so the PvE was able to be accessed by anyone. You just had to put in the password in the Discord, but now that it's out fully, it's got a much bigger audience and everyone is talking about it, so I want to talk about it too, of course. I'm just going to go through this and kind of discuss what's new, and then I have some footage that I'm going to slip in here of things that you can expect, and there will be spoilers, so if you do not want spoilers, just don't watch the video. The big one, Barns and Animal update. So now there are Novari and Withergate barns, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's tier 2 and tier 3 regular barn. The Withergate animals are really good. There's a werewolf that actually gives you a ton of stuff, like a lot of different things. That gives you coal, it gives you diamonds, it gives you elixirs, I think sometimes. The crystal bat gives you a bunch of random crystals and stuff, so I think that the werewolf and the crystal bat are the best Withergate farm animals. But there's also some, like there's a guy who gives you sand, and some that, like the mimic just gives you straight up money. So if you need money, like you can just put a bunch of mimics in a barn. The only thing to note with the Withergate barn is that there's a carnival ticket version and a like regular Withergate ticket version. So you want to make sure to buy the one that has the currency that you have the most of, right? Because if, for example, you buy the key for the barn with carnival tickets, then you have to buy the upgrades with carnival tickets, versus if you buy the key with the regular Withergate tickets, you buy the upgrades with the regular Withergate tickets. You can't mix and match the upgrades. Just be aware when you're buying that, and then you have to use the key in your inventory to open up the barn, and then you have to be outside the barn to upgrade it. But you just right click on those. The Novari barns are a little bit more traditional in that you craft them at the crafting table. The Novari barns take a lot of resources to craft. It's actually kind of insane the amount of like stuff you need for tier 2 and tier 3 Novari barns. But the Novari animals are also pretty good. They give you just like runes and stuff. In my opinion, the Withergate barn animals are the best. They're so incredible. As far as drops go, the Novari animals are of course very cute, but they only give like water runes, fire runes. There's nothing like insanely beneficial there. I mean, I guess if you need those runes, sure, but the runes aren't really useful for selling or anything. So, you know, they're okay, but yeah, the Withergate ones are just my favorite, and they're so good. This one I'm going to be talking a lot about in the future, the new romanceable characters. I have so much to say, and yet so little to say right now about the new romanceables. Just keep an eye out. I'll be doing all of them. They are really good. What I can tell you without spoiling it is that all of the dates are completely different from the format of the older dates. I mean, maybe not like super different, but they're definitely distinct, unique. They're really good. They just really knocked out of the park with these characters. I've completed the Vivi romance, I think, for the most part. Vivi is just such a fun character. So insanely fun. She got some really incredible animations. Like, it's just so endearing. It's lovely. It's really enjoyable. So I just highly recommend checking out the new romanceables. I know everyone's excited about it. I know everyone's checking them out. It's totally worth it. They are awesome. Okay, the sheds. Yeah, you can build 4 sheds on your farm. As of right now, there's a 4 shed limit. And they have all these different skins. My favorite is the fishbowl, I think. You can just put like chests and stuff in there. You can decorate them. The sheds are just so cute. You can use them to create like a little town in your farm, and I just love this idea. I love the skins they made. They did an incredible job. Some of the skins are pretty hard to get as well, just worth noting because some of the resources you need for them are kind of intense. There is one, the post office shed kit, you need the lost letter for. The developer said that you should be able to get multiple lost letters. However, I have not seen anyone have this experience. It seems like everyone who is playing the game who I've talked to only has the one lost letter, and you get that at the very start of the game. So more than likely you just don't know that you're gonna want it for a shed. That one is just tricky. The rest are pretty straightforward to get. You just need like specific resources. But I just love the sheds. I think they're so incredible. I think they're such a fun addition. This one is also huge, the player house customization. There are so many different customizations. You can customize each piece individually, and a lot of them are just so cute. It just adds so much color to your farm in a way that's just so fun, enjoyable. The combinations are really cool, and there are screenshots of all of the different combinations. Okay, these are the house customizations. There's just so many of them, like I can't possibly... So when you buy them, you cannot see what they're gonna look like on the house, so these screenshots are actually really important. Also, some of the tier 2 ones have a different look, so there's kind of a discussion about like what should be on tier 2 and what should be on tier 3, so that's just something to note. But yeah, there are tons and tons of these, and you can mix and match any, most of the parts of them, right? So you can mix and match the patio with the door, with the walls, etc., etc., and they all end up looking really cool. The DLC packs are not out at the time of this recording, but they will be out any second. There's overnight events, so this one is actually really awesome. When you're starting out in the game, because I started a new character, the overnight events are actually so good. So it says there's 8 different events and cutscenes. I've definitely seen quite a few, and they're all very different from each other, which is super cool. They all give you really good stuff, so definitely the overnight events are a fun addition. You can get money from them, you can get some unique items from them, some will help take care of your plants, some will give you community tokens, and they're all just so enjoyable to watch and experience. Really loved that. They redid the character customization UI, it looks really good, it's a lot cleaner. They transformed it into a better like grid pattern. As a person who spends a lot of time in UI and UX, the grid is a lot easier for human brains to digest information from, so the grid is definitely a good change. Character customization just feels a lot cleaner, so they overhauled some UI, the dialogue UI, I guess a little bit different. The only real difference I noticed is that it's red instead of blue. I don't know. They added the wingless elf option, which was a big thing. A ton of people were asking about that. A bunch of bug fixes. There's so many bug fixes. Lots of small changes. They're going to be working on even more romanceable characters. The kids is a huge update. So this is not in the game yet, but that will probably be in the next one. Overall, there's just so much content added here. They added all the new farm animals. There's this new thing called slime fertilizer, which will keep your plants watered 100%. So it makes it a lot easier to maintain your farms. And there's also, I do have on good authority, they also added some Easter egg gift options for characters. So I found a couple of them, but I am going to just bide my time and wait if other people can find a lot of these little gift Easter egg dialogues. So I'm gonna show you my favorite one, which is when you give Zyla Darius's crown. She has kind of a unique line where she's like, "Oh my god, this is so rich. Just imagine what Darius is gonna say when he sees that I have his crown. Lol," right? So there's some in there that are like that. There's some that are just so niche and hard to find. I haven't found all of them. But if you want to play around with gifting, definitely give it a shot. There's some really fun ones in there. That's kind of the overview of this patch. It's been really exciting. The Discord has been a really fun place around it. And that's all I have to say on it for now. So have a great rest of your morning, day, evening. Bye, everyone.